Imagine for a moment that we are, each of us, water droplets in a vast, flowing river of life. Each of us has a uniqueness, form, capability, personality, and purpose. No one droplet is exactly the same. From the very first moment, we are swept up in a journey, blended by currents. We all feel the same and intended for a similar outcome. Like water flowing downstream, we are drawn inevitably toward the lowest point, toward the pull of gravity, of circumstance, and slower and more static we become. We flow through valleys, over cliffs, and around obstacles, much like the challenges you and I face in life. Rocks and roots jut out from the earth, altering our course, causing ripples and forcing us to adapt. We go slow or speed up depending on our environment. Yet like the water, we move forward. We bend, we split, we converge again, shaped by the world around us, but also reshaping it as we pass. In this ceaseless motion, we begin to lose ourselves, caught in the relentless current of life's demands, expectations, and responsibilities. We drift powerless, allowing the flow to take us wherever it will, much like how we often surrender to the tide of our daily lives, becoming the sum of the elements of the environment that surrounds us. We become objects to be acted upon by the forces of our environment, static objects that float along in accordance with our circumstances and current. But there are moments, fleeting but powerful, where the current crests the bend just right, wherein we get glimpses of vast landscapes, uncharted terrain, vertical ascents, and new vistas. We consider what it might be like to climb the mountain environments above, leaving behind the constant view of rocks and brush, common to our mundane view. Though these quick glimpses of mountain grandeur are encouraging and inspiring, the currents quickly pull us back and redirects our view to a complacent appreciation for the buoyancy we experience as we are effortlessly taken lower and lower downstream. In this modern age, the current has taken on new forms. It is no longer just the natural forces of life that pull us along. Social media, devices, on-demand feeds, and algorithms are major sweeping forces that become relentless tides, creating a powerful cyber stream, pulling us deeper into its flow, consuming our attention, and altering the very landscapes of our minds. We are drawn into the wave of the next swipe, the next notification, the next fleeting moment of connection. But this connection is an illusion, carefully crafted by the current of consumer-based empires to keep us tethered, to make us believe that we are in control while it dictates the course. Besides the digital streams around us, there exist other forces that move us downstream. What once was a vibrant and thriving marriage or relationship becomes a stagnant, confused, routine, and perhaps a frustrated bond with a loved one. What once was a purposeful career pursuit, filled with passion and growth, now seems monotonous, enslaving, and unfulfilling. What once was a fit, confident, and healthy lifestyle is now filled with poor habits, convenient foods, and inactivity, being swept downward by uncertainty, weakness, and self-doubt. What once was spiritual connection with the divine potentially becomes now a lost sense of identity, faithlessness, loneliness, and fear, all of which can spin us around in the water's vortex by surrendering to our carnal and instinctual passions of the flesh we all have inside us, ultimately conceding to the currents of self-gratification, corporate prestige, and societal pressures. To break free from this current requires not only awareness, but the deliberate choice to rise above the seductive ease of consumption and to reclaim the direction of our own journey. It's not easy. To swim against the current requires strength, perseverance, and kinetic action. There are forces pushing us back, telling us to surrender, to flow along with rest and ease, and often we do. We drift, a passive and static existence, one where we allow the river of life to dictate where we go. But the river does not care for us. It is indifferent. It will take us wherever the path of least resistance leads, whether that be to calm, sludgy waters or jagged cliffs and waterfalls. Listen to this critical truth. We are more than just water. We have the capacity for transformation. We have the power to harness energy and alter our course, to rise above, to break free from the current and set a new direction. There are moments, simple but repeating, where an external force, or perhaps an internal decision, changes everything. With a simple thought, with a maturing desire, with enough energy and enough will, we can and will defy gravity and even rise above the very current that seeks to sweep us along. These are the moments in human life when we choose to resist the pull, to fight the inertia of complacency. We make the difficult decision to step out of the common and well-traveled path toward purpose and intention. It is in these moments that we defy the odds and reshape our destiny. But to do so requires action. It demands that we challenge the natural forces that seek to control us. It requires us to confront the obstacles, to cut through them with purpose, rather than letting them decide our fate. To leave the water is to break free from the forces that once dictated our every move and climb towards something greater, toward a life of intention, not convenience. As we ascend from the valley of ease and drift, we find ourselves on paths that lead to towering peaks, where the journey is steeper, the road more treacherous, but the rewards far more profound. Here in the mountain air, we control our fate. We choose the direction of each step. With each climb, we move closer to vistas that offer breathtaking views of a life fully lived. The freedom we find here, away from the mainstream, is unlike anything we knew while floating along in the current of life. Here we experience the joy of breaking free from the expectation of others, of no longer being bound by the tides that pull everyone else along. Every step we take on these mountain paths leads us closer toward the sunsets that paint the sky in brilliant colors, toward landscapes that stretch beyond what we ever imagined possible. The journey requires effort, persistence, and courage, but it also brings us a deep sense of fulfillment and joy. The moments of stillness, the beauty we witness along the way, these are the rewards of living a life we control. No longer bound by the river's flow, we move with purpose, always kinetic, always striving to maximize our potential. In this higher place, we realize that the destination is not the only reward. The climb itself, the struggle to rise above the current, is what makes life truly extraordinary. We are objects to act, to change our environment, choosing and moving toward a higher plane. We are above a static, passive life as we convert our notional potential into a present reality through kinetic action, an intentional movement or revolt from just drifting. In the end, it is up to us. Will we continue to drift, or will we rise? Will we be carried by the river, Or will we actively make our own path through the landscape of our lives, high above the river below? The journey is inevitable, but the destination you experience, like the water itself, can be changed with the right kinetic force and with enough intentional energy. Run. Run from the static life. Ascend and always be kinetic.